Good morning. So last time we had seen the concept of single stub matching. So let's revise it and do the actual matching on a Smith chart. So how had we started? We had said we have a transmission line of characteristic impedance Z0 terminated by a load ZL, and ZL is nothing but impedance. So it was represented by R plus JX. Right? So what was our aim? To match this ZL to be equal to Z0, assuming it is not matched now. So ZL equal to Z0 we have to do. So we have to design some impedance matching network. So how we design that impedance matching network? We introduce a stub in between and we have connected it in parallel. If you want, we can connect in series. That we'll see in the next lecture. So this is what a stub, and it is connected in parallel. So then we said if we are connecting a stub in parallel, working with impedances will be quite hard. So to make life simple, what we do, we convert it to admittance. So this becomes G plus JB. Then we said we have to plot down Smith chart. So what is the next step? To normalize it with respect to what? Z0. So let's draw it again. So Z0 normalized with itself will give you what? 1 plus J0. Right? Let's say we are in ZL only now. We'll convert to admittance later. And we have a stub also. Right? And this will become ZL equal to R plus JX. These were capitals. Now they have become small to indicate they are normalized. Right? So this is what we have to do. We have to match this R plus JX to 1 plus J0 on the Smith chart. So how to do that? For that we are using single stub matching. Right? So let's see how to match. So this is 1 plus J0. This is R plus JX. This is my stub in parallel. So we say this stub is in parallel, so we'll convert this impedance to admittance G plus JB. So this is G plus JB. This load is admittance G plus having admittance G plus JB. Right? And we have to match this G plus JB to 1 plus J0. Then what we said, that stub changes only the reactive part. And as told yesterday, stub is nothing but a section of transmission line. So and what does a transmission line represent? R, L, G and C. This is the combination. And usually transmission lines are having very low loss. So R will be 0 and G will be very high. So this will be represented by open circuit. So we'll have an L and C. Right? So we can design this stub to represent just an inductor or a capacitor. Right? So this is what we mean by a stub. A student had asked the question, what is a stub exactly? So stub is nothing but a transmission line. We design it in such a way that it can represent only an inductor or a capacitor. Okay. So let's say we are representing it as a capacitor. So we know capacitor has a negative reactance. So this will be what? Minus JB1 for example. Right? Now what we have to do? We have to match G plus JB to 1 plus J0, or the other way around, 1 plus J0 to G plus JB. Why am I saying other way around? Because I said, well, understanding the concept will go from left to right. But while plotting on Smith chart, we'll go from where? Right to left. Right? So this 1 plus J0 has to be matched to G plus JB. So what we have to do? We have to convert the resistance as well as the reactance. Okay. To be precise, conductance as well as susceptibility, because we are in admittance domain now. Some might have a doubt, sir, 1 plus J0 is impedance. You have not converted to admittance. If you convert 1 plus J0 to admittance, what you have to do? Inverse of that. So 1 upon 1 plus J0 will give you 1 plus J0 only. So that is the reason this is same. But this has changed. R plus JX has changed to G plus JB. So what we say? We have to match 1 plus J0 to G plus JB. So we introduce a stub. And let's say assume it is a capacitor, so it will have a minus JB1. So 1 plus J0 and this is minus JB1. I have to make it G plus JB. So what we'll do? If this is changing only the reactive part, what will I get here? 1 plus j b1. What do I should get here? 1 plus j b1. Why? Because you take the addition of this 1 plus j b1 minus j b1. What will you get? 1 plus j0. That is what I want. So 1 plus j0, I am adding a stub of minus jb1. So here I will get what? 1 plus jb1. So 1 plus jb1, what we have to do? We have to make it g plus jb. Now what we know on a transmission line, as we travel along the transmission line, what happens? The impedance changes at each and every point on the transmission line. Why does it change? Because of transit time effect, right? So where am I now? This is point B, this is point A. Instead we had taken this right side as B minus, left side as B plus. So 1 plus JB1 is here. So if I move along the transmission line, what will happen? This 1 will change to some G and B1 will change to B, right? So in this way we can achieve matching, right? So while plotting on the Smith chart, what will we do? We'll start from G plus JB. In fact, R plus JX. That is, we'll first plot ZL bar. Then what will we do? We want the diametrically opposite point. So what will we require? We require VSWR circle, right? Then third, from VSWR circle, draw YL bar. So we have got G plus JB. Then move along the VSWR circle such that G becomes 1. Right? So on which circle we will move? On the G equal to 1 circle. So we'll move on this R equal to 1 is nothing but G equal to 1 also. Because 1 by 1 is 1. So move on the G equal to 1 circle. Sorry, I messed up. Move on the VSWR circle. Why you have to move on VSWR circle? Where are you? You are at point A, which is YL bar. So what you have to do? You have to make YL bar 1 plus JB1. That is G plus JB. You have to make 1 plus JB1. So and you are moving where? Away from the load. This is the load, right? ZL bar or YL bar admittance. So you are moving away from the load, means you are moving towards generator. So in which direction you have to move? Clockwise. It is written here, wavelength towards generator. You don't have to by key clockwise move karne. So you have to move away from the load towards the generator. So G plus JB should become, G should become what? 1. So move on the V, and you are moving along the length of the transmission line. So G should change as well as B should change. Means you have to move on VSWR circle. If you move on VSWR circle, the impedance changes. That is the reactance as well as the resistance changes. Okay. So move such that G becomes 1. And automatically B is going to change. So B will become B1. So you have encountered what? 1 plus JB1. Right? And this length will be what? L1. Distance of the stub from the load. So you have to find L1. Then you have to find this LS, length of the stub. So how to find length of the stub? You have got 1 plus JB1, you have got 1 plus JB1. Then you have to introduce a stub in parallel. So what will be the reactance of the stub? It will just be negative. Why negative? Because 1 plus JB1, if I add a stub in parallel of reactance minus JB1, what will happen? 1 plus JB1 minus JB1 will give me what? 1 plus J0. This is the way we achieve single stub matching. Okay. So let's solve a numerical based on this. So this is the numerical. For a load impedance ZL equal to 60 minus J80 ohms, design 2 single stub short circuit shunt tuning networks to match a 50 ohms line. Assume a frequency as 2 gigahertz. So there are two things here. First is short circuit stub. Yesterday I had touched upon this point. These stubs can be of 2 points. They can be either shorted or they can be open circuit as it is. Right? So we are seeing the example of short circuit. So what is open circuit? I will tell you only. Then what is the second thing? 2 single stub. Why they are asking 2? That will understand while drawing on the Smith chart. I will tell you. Okay. So what is ZL is 60 minus J80. So what will be ZL bar? It will be ZL by Z0. So 60 minus J80 upon 50. So 60 minus 80. Okay. complex mode 60 minus 80I upon 50. So what do you get? 1.2 minus J 1.6. 1.2 minus J 1.6. It has no unit because ohms and ohms will get cancelled in division. Right? So you don't have to calculate while bar. Why? Because we will use Smith chart for that. So just plot 1.2 minus J. What is our first step? To plot ZL bar. So take a Smith chart. ZL bar is what? 1.2 minus J 1.6. So 1.2 is here. 1.6 is here. So this is ZL bar. Right? So this is the first step. What is the next step? To draw the VSWR circle. Okay. So in the center of the Smith chart as your center for the circle and ZL bar as the point, draw a circle. It is not visible. I draw with dashed lines. In the exam, no need to draw with pen. I'll tell you what you have to draw with pen. Only the important things you draw with pen. Then what is the next step? To draw YL bar. So what is YL bar? Diametrically opposite point of ZL bar. So for that, take ZL bar as the point through the center of the Smith chart. Draw a line. It intersects here. This is my YL bar. Right? Now what I have to do? YL bar is nothing but G plus JB. So I have to move on the VSWR circle so that G plus JB becomes 1 plus JB1. We don't know what is JB1, but we know that G should become 1. Right? So where is my G equal to 1? This is R equal to 1 circle. So now we are in admittance Smith chart. Why? Because we have converted ZL bar to YL bar. So this R equal to 1 will become what? G equal to 1, because 1 by R will be 1 by 1, which will be nothing but 1. So this is my G equal to 1 circle. So I'll move, and in which direction which I'll move? This is the load. I'm moving away from the load, so towards generator. So as I told, this is towards generator. It is written here, wavelength towards generator, and an arrow is given. So no need to buy. So you have to move in clockwise direction. So start from YL bar, move in clockwise direction along the VSWR circle till you encounter G equal to 1. Where is G equal to 1? Here. So you have to stop here. So I went further. So this is the point where you have to stop. Right? So then measure the reactance. So it is coming out to be J 1.5 and resistance is 1. So the point is 1 plus J 1.5. Right? So what we have found? 1 plus JB1 has 1 plus J 1.5. Then we have to match it to 1 plus J0. So what we require? Minus JB1. So for that we add a stub in parallel. So minus JB1 will give you what? Minus J 1.5. So this is minus J 1.5. Next what we have to do? To find the length L1 and LS. So what will be L1? So take this point with the center of the Smith chart. Draw a line. Then draw a line with YL bar also. So this is your length L1. Right? So if you observe, this is 0.176. 0.17 and 0.18 have 5 divisions in between. So 0.01 by 2 will give you what? 0.002. So 1.76. So L1 equal to 0.176. It is in terms of lambda. The whole length of the Smith chart is 0.5 lambda or lambda by 2. Minus this is 0.064. 0.064 lambda. So L1 equal to 0.176 minus 0.064. 0.112 lambda. The reference book has 0.110 lambda. We have got 1.22 lambda. 0.112 lambda. This much difference is okay. It is not an issue. And I forgot to tell you, this sum is taken from the book Microwave Engineering by Pozar. This will be our reference book for the subject. Page 236 for 4th edition. So you can refer The second single stub section I will not tell you, that you refer from the book and practice. Practice is very important for Smith charts. If you just see orally and think I'll do it in the exam, it is not possible. So practice the second. I'll just tell you how to solve that you have to practice on your own. So we have found L1 as 0.112 lambda. Next is to find LS. So for LS, again take that reactance point and extend the line. Right? So what is our short circuit? This is short circuit, this is open circuit. But this is what? An impedance for impedance Smith chart. We are considering, as I told you, this we are working in admittances. So for admittance, this is short circuit, this is open circuit. So what you have to do? How to find the length? Always consider this is short circuit, right? Short circuit step. So consider short circuit as load, and you are moving away from the load. You are moving here. So you are moving away from the load means towards generator. So from here you are moving towards generator. So you have to take this distance. So this distance is LS. So this is very important, whether you have to move like this or like this. If it was an open circuit step, what you would have done? This is open circuit, so you would have moved like this. So it would be plus 0.25 lambda. So what is this distance? This is 0.25, this is 0.343. So 0.343 minus 0.25. So 0.093 lambda. So LS equal to 0.093 lambda. This is your complete solution. Next, what you have to do? You have to draw the final network diagram. So it will look somewhat like this. So this is your ZL bar. This is your stub. What is the distance L1 you show here? L1 equal to 0.112 lambda. So LS. LS equal to 0.093 lambda. If you want, you can show the source here. VG. This is your final answer. You have to show this diagram, else you may lose 1 or 2 marks. Okay. So the next question is, why design 2 single stub short circuit? What is the second thing? See, we have moved till here, we have encountered G equal to 1. If we had continued further, isn't it that we encounter G equal to 1 again here? Why? Because this circle is, if I draw it completely, it is like this, right? So if I continue to move like this, I will intersect again at this point. So what will be L1 in this case? This line and this line. So L1 will be somewhat like this, right? And that opposite reactance, this reactance will be negative here. That will be coming somewhere here. Then you will get LS. So that will be the second solution. That's what the question is saying, to design both the solutions. If it is just written design single stub shunt tuning network, you can use any one of the solution. But since it is mentioned both of them, you have to show both the solutions, right? So you can use the same Smith chart for that. No need to take a different Smith chart in the exam. So what to show in the exam with pen? So I'll use a black sketch pen for that. Use ZL bar, you show with pen. You write this also with pen. Then you show this line. The steps you show. Then show arrow. So from here we have one here, right? So this much you have to show with pen. Okay. And always write the question number here. Let's say this is question number 3C. Write it on the right, because here you will be connecting the thread. Okay. So make sure you practice. As I told, this is taken from the book Pozar, page number 236 for 4th edition. Thank you.